How to negotiate with Alibaba suppliers. I know this is the biggest challenge for a lot of you, so I made this special video for you. Me and hundreds of my students are using these same killer hacks on how to communicate and negotiate with Alibaba suppliers. If you follow the exact steps I am going to share with you, I can guarantee you that you will get very good results. If you are new to the channel, my name is Sunny Bill and I am here to share with you the best Amazon FBA tips and tricks to help you get a lot of sales and have a six-figure or more income business empire. And believe me, this is the place you want to be if you want a financial freedom and quit your job. So let's get to it. Teaching people how to negotiate with Alibaba supplier is really hard because negotiation skills is like an art to change into a win-win situation. You got to establish the personality, credibility and respect along the way to form that beautiful relationship. I manage many suppliers around the world. You will think that those suppliers will hate me because I'm such a hardcore, but they actually love working with me. Many times I have been told that Sanya, your price is better than the bear company who has much bigger volume than you. But this works because relationship does matter and people love to do business with people who they like. When you're working with the supplier and in that learning phase, always stay on the soft side. In order to win any negotiation, here are the 5 steps, the magical steps that you can follow. Step 1. This is the critical step. It is to establish a solid baseline price. Their asking price is always your baseline price as a buyer. If you are a buyer searching on Alibaba, your aim is to induce or influence a solid baseline price as much as possible. RFQ message is the first step for you to leave a professional impression with your new supplier. After you professionally put together a message, you should send it to at least 10 to 15 suppliers because you want to establish a competitive landscape so you can collect as many data points as possible. It is very easy to send one quality message to 10 to 15 suppliers. In your message, never mention that I have a little money or I'm just starting out. That is a sign of weakness. Never seem weak in front of your supplier because they want to do business with people who got money and will not engage with you or listen to you. Step 2. You need to make sure that you are a professional and speaking on behalf of your company. You don't want them to know that you are a new seller. You want them so that they can offer you the best prices and long-term business. Believe me, it works all the time. I use this purchase agreement template to source hundreds of my products. I will open my RFQ here and you can also download for free in my Facebook group. So click the link below and join the group. Just let them know that you represent a company and it doesn't matter if you have registered your company or not. They are probably not gonna dig very deep with that first communication. If you do have a website, that's great. You can link it for them. And if it's not a big deal. But what is important is that you should have a professional email address. So get a professional domain name and you can just get this into the Gmail. It's $5 a month for a professional domain. And I always recommend my students to invest in that when you are starting to communicate with the supplier because that just shows a level of professionalism. Step 3. Once you get 6 to 8 replies, you have to categorize them. One with the close price code and the other with the high price. Don't delete the higher ones because all of them are sent from good suppliers and they are value to you. You can reply to the close price ones like, hey, thank you for your reply. We have received your price. However, it's not competitive enough. So instead of wasting more time, I would like you to send me your best price so that we can decide whether to pursue the sample request with your company or not. This way you will tell your supplier that you have other option also and they are in the competition with other supplier. So they will quote their best price now without you having to disclose your price. So this is a good technique. This also creates a pressure on them. However, the other category in which you will get a higher price, you will also reply to them like, we received your quotes and I'm so shocked to see your price. They are not even close to the other quotes that we received. Can you please help us understand why your prices are so high? You will know the truth, and you will also have they will try their best to justify their price. They will tell you a lot of things that you might not know about why this product is better than the others, and you will note these things and use that to negotiate back with your first category suppliers. This step will create a sense of competition, and they will think that they might lose the deal if they don't give out their best price. Step 4. If you want them to respect you, you need to show respect towards them. The matter of fact is that they don't need you. You need them. So just maintain a level of respect. Most sellers probably ask their supplier that what are your working hours so that I can make myself available at that time at your convenience. Because oftentimes there is a big time zone. Usually if you are sourcing overseas in China versus in the USA, the time is drastically different. So sometimes sellers get mad that the manufacturers are not responding promptly. So you need to make sure that you are available on their clock time. So ask them these questions, which are very important. If you are sourcing in China, probably English is not their first language. So the fact that you get to communicate with them in English is a privilege for you, and it makes your life easier. But realize that for them, it might be a little bit more challenging to communicate. So oftentimes, suppliers will not prefer to chat with you over the phone. They would rather communicate with a mail, WhatsApp, Skype, or Alibaba. So by asking them these questions, they are going to feel like that you really do respect them. Once you have established that love with respect, you can now negotiate. They might tell you that the minimum order quantity is 5,000 units, and you might be thinking that's too high. I can't afford that. You can always say that this is a new product that you are introducing to your customers and you want to place a sample order. This is a word that supplier understand, and when they read these words, they know what they are trying to say, what you're trying to say. They will understand that you want to place a small order to test out your marketplace, to see what your marketplace thinks. You can say a word like to place a sample order of 500 or 2,000 units to start. I would like to test out the marketplace, and if all goes well, I would like to place a second order with a bigger amount. And I would like to develop a long-term relationship with you. They may come up with that 4,000 units and you are still not willing to invest in 4,000 units to start. Then you'll be like, thank you for your offer. I would like to stick to my original MOQ. Oftentimes they will agree to your MOQ as you already sound authentic and professional who is willing to continue the long-term relationship. You can also grow this relationship by sending them a Christmas card, or maybe you could send them a birthday card, because when you contact a supplier, what they're gonna do is give you a specific agent that works with you long term. So for example, with me, I have a guy named John, and John has been working with me since day one, and ever since then he's the person I communicate. So you have the opportunity to really build a relationship with that person and get to know them. The mistake that a lot of people make is that they find a perfect supplier that just stick to one and never finds other options. If for some reason they don't want to do business with you anymore, or at least you should have another supplier to fall back. Step 5. After you evaluate like 2 to 3 suppliers, you can ask for samples. You can also review the samples that are sent to you. If the quality is workable and you can customize it and improve upon it, then you will need to send a message to them. I received your sample and I appreciate so much how you did this. Always appreciate their good stuff. And then you point out the improvements you want to make, and like you will say, we would like to make these improvements, list in points like 1, 2, 3. After that, you will ask, with these improvements, do you think we can still achieve the price point of this? So now is the time where you disclose your price, because now you have the product sample, you reviewed it, and you know the quality, and you show them that you want to work together with them. So you can do that. A pro tip here is, like, after your supplier give their best price, you don't reply them for 2 to 3 days. Yes, after 2 to 3 days, you will reply to them that we are in a final point of selecting one of 2 suppliers and your company is one of them. Are you sure the price you offered is up the best price? Kindly get back to me as soon as possible with your best offer so that we can make the decision quickly. What are you doing here is creating urgency and scarcity. Guys, always remember that negotiation process is ongoing, but I give you these 5 magical steps that will help you to succeed in making a good impression on your supplier and getting best rates from them. I provide 4 to 5 pre-made negotiation emails to my students and they have great success with them. If you also need them, then comment below and I will surely check them out. I always recommend you to stay alert and continue to bond with them with a win-win situation for both of you. Hey, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel, and if you have already subscribed, then hit that bell icon so that you get notified whenever I release a new video.